Hi, everybody, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. So, the D trial is going on, and Cassie took the stand to testify, right? And her testimony, oh my word, the details of those said freak offs, the things that this lady endured. I don't know how she survived it. Honestly, I don't know how she survived that. I don't know how she survived that. Clips.
And Cassie told jurors that she was attacked for trying to leave a freak off. The only time she ever tried to leave. I had knots on my head, black eyes, a busted lip. D-Rock, home security guard, started crying when he saw me, she said. The court was shown the now infamous hotel hallway surveillance footage. No audio, but plenty of bruises. Then came the blackmail. Cassie said Diddy threatened to release explicit freak-off footage and would regularly threaten to play them back for her as leverage. He could ruin me. I just felt trapped, she recounts. She described horrifying assaults not just on herself, but on friends and partners. Combs allegedly held one of her friends over a 17th floor balcony. Another was struck in the face with a wooden hanger. Even Kid Cudi was a target. She said Diddy once threatened to blow up his car, and shortly after, it did.
Yeah. So, in spite of all of these things that she has said about her lived experiences while she was in a relationship with this man, Sean Diddy Combs, the Diddler. One thing that stood out in the comment section was a lot of people were asking, why didn't she leave? Why did it take her so long? Why was she there? She was there because she was greedy. I wonder what her husband is feeling about this whole situation now. Like seeing your wife and hearing all these things about her. I wonder how he's feeling about her and so on and so forth. Like if it was me, I'm like, what? Really? Is it how far gone we are? I know I talk about a lot of social issues on this channel, relationships and the men, modern women dynamics, and patriarchy and all of those things on this channel. But this particular case is like, at this point, it's making me believe that if you are a young woman, you're dating or you're actively looking for a partner, all I'm going to say is be careful. Okay, because if this is the mindset of a lot of men, like blaming the victim, the person who went through it, the person who almost lost their life, the person who was beaten 10 minutes straight. You even saw a video of how he treated her one of those times when she was about to leave, and you're still asking, why did she stay? And some women as well. Why did she stay? Are you for real? Like, is everything okay? She's there because of money, she's greedy and so on and so forth. She liked it. But oh my, I don't know, honestly, some of the things I've read infuriated me. A lot of people say, oh, it's on the internet, go outside and touch grass. It's not the same out there. But at this point, it's the same out there. It's the same out there because it's people sitting behind these phones, these screens, these computers, and leaving these comments. Okay, although their faces are not there, they are using fake pictures and so on and so forth. It's people that are leaving these comments, and that's how they feel. Okay. Anyway, I'm not going to talk too much. I'm going to get into some of the reactions from people with regards to her testimony and some of the comments. And so I'm going to get into that and I'm going to come back and talk some more. Leave your own thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Thank you.
I know the same people that can't tell their nail tech that their nails suck or their hairdresser that they don't like their hair or their haircut are not talking about why Cassie didn't leave Diddy. Are y'all cool?
This whole thing is horrific. Cassie Ventura took the stand at the Diddy trial today, and what she had to say was a wake-up call to women everywhere. For those of you who don't know, Cassie is P. Diddy's ex, the one who was in that video that was released of him kicking her around a hotel hallway. Well, she testified today. She's now 38 years old and 8 months pregnant. Her now husband was also in the courtroom today. This is the first clip caught of him leaving the courtroom. Roll the clip.
That's about double.
I mean, you can see it on his face. I can't imagine the emotions that he was going through. He did sit in the courtroom and listen to Cassie recount what she allegedly endured at the hands of Sean Puffy Combs. But not only did her husband have to endure listening to this horrific recount, but Diddy's own children were also in the courtroom listening to her recount this horrific alleged misconduct. Two of his daughters being only 18 years old, just 1 year younger than Cassie was when she first met Diddy. She was still a teenager when she was sucked into this powerful man's orbit. And at that time, when she was a teenager, Diddy was pushing 40 years old. A 37-year-old man hanging out with teenagers, that screams red flags enough without all the other power dynamics that were at play here. After what I've heard about her testimony today, it really does sound like she was just a teenager who was roomed into this, as she explained that she didn't even know what some of the acts were that he taught her how to do. Like, she had never performed some of the things that he was telling or teaching her how to do. That's how naive she says she was at the time when she first started doing this stuff with him, which was around 22 years old when the Wild King Nights started. Around that time, when she was 22 years old, she describes herself as being a people pleaser, feeling trapped, and not knowing that she could say no, which is very common for women of this age. Stats will back that up, that 1 in 4 women will experience inner partner DV, and women between the ages of 18 to 24 are the highest risk. Cassie was one of them. She apparently also explained that many of the freak-offs lasted 3, even 4 days at some points, and some of the hotel rooms that they used were so badly destroyed that they had to charge complete redecorating fees because of what happened in those rooms. Can you imagine? She also apparently went on to explain that what we kind of all suspected, these videos of her in these acts were held over her head, used as blackmail, and threatened to be released at any time if she wasn't complying or pleasing him. I know we've all kind of chatted and speculated that these videos that were allegedly taken by him were probably used as blackmail, but to hear that she actually said that out loud to a room full of people today, and to imagine what it was like to live under those circumstances, it just hits a little bit different. Another thing that was apparently spoken about is the deal she had with Bad Boy Records and how she signed a 10-album deal with him, but then only made one and pretty much was put to the side. It sounds like after making one hit album, which I love this, I always wondered what happened and why there wasn't more. Well, apparently her job became pleasing Diddy and not making music. It really sounds like Diddy not only stifled the career of this young, bright, beautiful, talented young woman, but he also started controlling her whole entire life. I mean, it sounds like he was in charge of what her nails looked like, what she wore, everything about her life. And most likely strategically, in having so much control and dominance over how she looked, it kept her very insecure, which ultimately kept her trapped in his web. Which, ladies, a good reminder that that is not love, that is control, and it leads to very dark places, like this trial. However, Cassie showed up to trial looking bright, beautiful, stunning, glowing, 8 months pregnant, and I just have to say I love her for taking that $30 million settlement in the civil lawsuit back in 2023 and then still testifying against this monster today. All of this has obviously taken a lot of strength and bravery from Cassie, as she's showing victims and survivors everywhere that you can say no, you can escape, and you do deserve justice.
So since we're on the topic of the Diddy case, just seen this. Hold to read. Real man in the comments sticking it out. My guy, you are dressed like you are 14. Don't worry about Cassie and Alex Fine. Don't you worry. Not to add, you are so focused on the wrong thing. I can't believe that this take is even here, that your ego and pride and the worry of not being accepted by society or your boys, or having people think that you're not man for sticking next to a woman like this. I have never seen such an immature take in my whole entire life. And to add to that, do you think that he didn't know? He was already in the circles. It's not their fault that you can't understand what a supportive partner looks like. Someone is clearly getting abused, and the only thing you can think of is what the streets are going to say about your girl. Look at him and look at you. Don't worry.
I hate to say it, but sometimes the black community actually makes me kind of fucking sick. Because I've been seeing way too many posts concerning this child and Cassie talking about how his 18 and 19-year-old daughters are too young to be in the court listening to everything their daddy did. But Cassie, who was also 19 at the time of everything that was going on, had a choice. She was grown enough to make the decision to do everything that she was doing with him, but his girls aren't grown enough to sit there and learn about everything their daddy did while they're steadily supporting him. And I love my people, but the way that some of y'all refuse to see black women, black teenage women, young women as victims is sick. If we're being 100% honest, no 19-year-old has the cognitive function to be in a healthy relationship with a 33, 35-year-old man. That's just the truth of the matter. A 19-year-old's brain and a grown-ass man's brain are two completely different things, even a grown-ass bitch. And that is exactly why he was with a 19-year-old and not a 25-year-old, a 26-year-old, a 32-year-old, because he knew he would have that kind of control over this young woman. And then so many of y'all are talking about he wasn't being charged with domestic violence. Why is she talking anyways? He was charged with sex trafficking. And what he did to her was in fact sex trafficking. The facts of the matter is he drugged her, he beat her, and he hurt her repeatedly. Repeatedly. And he took that woman through hell. And now she got to get on the internet and see all these black men and women years older than her, decades older than her, talk about how she had a fucking choice.
People really believe that Alex Fine is going to leave Cassie because he goes to court and hears things that he clearly already knows. Because you guys are so worried about what someone else thinks about you, specifically what another man thinks about you and your woman, that you would actually see her standing up for herself after being abused, wickedly abused by a man for years, sexually abused, physically abused, financially abused, to the point where she was so addicted to the drugs that he pushed onto her in the beginning that the only thing that was stopping her from taking drugs was her pregnancies. A husband that has stood by her through all of that, that has been her backbone in this fight, is going to want to divorce her because he's heard some things in court which he already knows. You think he's going to find out something new in court that he doesn't know, and he's going to be so embarrassed that his wife was abused that he's going to leave her. You guys are sick and twisted. And it's not just men that I see saying this, I see women saying this too. You guys go together. You should be with each other and have a beautiful or happy life away from the rest of us, because that's actually very scary behavior. That you will see a woman has been abused and assaulted and turn around and conclude she's been run through and that her husband should leave her, or that he's going to leave her because he is going to be so full of pride and ego that he's not going to be able to support his wife past his own insecurity of worrying about what the bros think. Does he look like he cares what the bros think? And to think that some of you guys are parents, that you have kids, you're raising young people with this sort of mindsets, that you are going out into the world, getting into relationships with people who think that you are safe spaces, knowing full well that if anything happened to them or they disclose to you that they've been abused in the past, you're going to turn around and be so embarrassed. You're going to be embarrassed by them because you're going to be thinking, what are the bros going to think? How very embarrassing.
I've been seeing a lot of comments with regards to the Cassie Diddy situation saying that, oh, she's just going after the money. And I want to ask a genuine question. When you sue someone, what are you supposed to sue them for? And let's just go with the physical abuse part, because y'all seen it with y'all own eyes and most of y'all only believe things that you actually get a chance to see. Was she supposed to ask for a lawnmower? Never mind. Let's put it in terms that like most folks can understand, like day-to-day, everyday folk. Let's say you go to work and your boss gropes you. For men, that's right in your Vienna sausage. For women, the boss takes a handful of the melons. It's caught on 4K in the office camera. There are 2 to 3 witnesses around, and you can actually take this to court and prove that you were violated. The violation is a disruption of your bodily autonomy. It's assault. It could be something that's so traumatizing that you either don't go to work or you have to quit and try to find another job, which means you also lose wages to pay your rent. Feed yourself, clothe yourself. What do you sue for? The company copy machine? Cassie didn't determine that people are allowed to sue for monetary compensation. The law did that. If you bash my window, you got to pay for the window. If you hit my car, you have to pay for the car. What do you do if you violate my body?
So let me just go ahead and say it. Some of y'all are performing patriarchy like your lives depend on it, and it's disgusting. Cassie isn't just fighting the court case, she's fighting all of you. The apologists, the but why didn't she leave crew, the women trying to sound like men to win proximity to power, the men who are too scared of losing their idols that they would rather believe that a woman survived 10 years of violence for fun than believe that a powerful man could be that evil. It's pathetic, it's enraging, and that's why it keeps happening. Because no matter how many lawsuits get filed, no matter how many women cry on stands or show you videos of their assault, no matter how many survivors show up with evidence, bruises, and receipts, y'all still side with power. You side with proximity. You side with the but he made good music. You side with the but it's just hearsay and she's probably lying. Meanwhile, Cassie testified under oath about sex trafficking, abuse, drugging, coercion, freak-offs, about being hit, controlled, and watched for years, and y'all are still asking why she didn't leave. Some of you all have never left a group chat when it got toxic, but you have the nerve to question a girl who was 19 when she met a 30-year-old billionaire. Let me break it down for you. Survival doesn't always look heroic. Sometimes it looks like silence. Sometimes it looks like staying until you can finally breathe. And even when that moment comes, y'all still make us fight to be believed. So, this ain't just about Diddy. This is a cultural sickness. This is the cost of idol worship, rape culture, and patriarchal performance. And until the day comes when black women, no, all women, can speak the truth without being cross-examined by the court of public opinion, don't ask us to trust the system. Don't ask us to let it play out. Don't ask us to wait for the facts, because the facts are here. The trial is public. The evidence is real. And if your first reaction was to protect the predator instead of the survivor, I hope that you feel that same shame in your chest every time you open your mouth, because this isn't about Cassie. It's about every woman who watches this and realizes that if it happened to her, y'all would act the same goddamn way. And until you realize, accept, and honor that, I'll wait.
If the topic is rape, pedophilia, abuse, or any of those topics related, and you automatically defend the person that the woman is accusing or the child is accusing, not only are you a sick human being, but that means that you condone in that behavior or you indulge in that behavior. Thank you.
As I was saying, if you're dating and you are one of those women who believe that she's a victim, please ask these questions. Thank God this trial is going on, so you can use that and ask them how they feel about it, just to know their mindset about this whole situation. And as for those people who keep saying go outside and touch grass, it's not that deep. It's that deep. Go on X. Go into the comment section. Okay? At this point, it's not go outside and touch grass. It's not people coming online trying to divide people or make money off people or trauma bond or anything. It's real. It's happening. It's going down. Okay? And these are some of the cases that will make you understand people's mindset when it comes to women. When it comes to women, how a lot of these men, especially men, don't care. As a matter of fact, they support him. What they will say usually is, yes, we know he's a bad person. We know he's a bad guy. But why was she there for so long? But why did she take the money? But she enjoyed it. There's even a video going around now on TMZ of them on vacation or something and Cassie laughing and all that, and they are using it to prove that, oh, she was happy in this whole situation. Yes, and I know a lot of people are arguing that, well, she wasn't 19 forever. She grew up, so why did she go back? Why did she do that? If you've not heard of Stockholm Syndrome, I don't know what to tell you. Go and do your own research, okay? All I'm seeing and all I'm hearing is this lady is a very brave woman. She's been through it. You can't support if you can't see her pain, if you can't see that she's a survivor of abuse. There's no need for you to come on the internet and insult and trying to vilify her and so on and so forth. There's no need for that. Don't do it. Okay, don't do it. There's no need. It just tells people the kind of person you are. But then again, a part of me still likes that people are coming out and talking about it and sharing their own thoughts and opinions. But it's like, wow, I'm a bit shocked. Okay, because sometimes I feel like, oh, it's the internet, because of what people tell me. People keep telling me, oh, it's the internet. It's not that deep. You're taking it too seriously. It's not that serious. Okay, you're blowing it out of proportion. You're creating division. This is not how it's supposed to be, and so on and so forth. But anyway, at this point, for me personally, I'm learning my lessons, I'm watching, I'm observing, I'm taking notes, and I'm going to keep these things with me. I have a daughter, and I'm going to pass it on to her. So if you like, you form your own thoughts and opinions about it. But hey, it is what it is. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to see you again in another video. Take care of yourselves and one another. Bye.